gonna finish it. Hello. So last week I was at Hobby Lobby and my daughter found this. It's a crochet kit of Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, and this is Lilo's like little stuffed animal. I didn't know it had a name, but apparently it's called Scrump. So she asked me if I wanted it, and I was like, do you want me to get it so I can make Stitch for you? And she said she wanted me to make it with like the soft yarn, she called it. So I think I'm gonna try it with whatever is in the kit, and then if all goes well, I'll use the pattern with some chenille yarn to make a stitch for her. I have gotten a crochet kit once before as a gift. It was a Harry Potter crochet kit, and I think there's like a bunch different patterns for different characters and stuff, and I only made one. It was the Dobby one that I made, and honestly I wasn't like a big fan of how it turned out, so I never really went back to the kit, but let's see how this one goes. So I immediately see some yarn in here, and you can tell this is for Stitch because it's got, oh no, it's for both of them. It's got some felt eyes and nose for Stitch and the buttons on Scrump. And it comes with written pattern. What's this? Oh, this must be stuffing. Okay, so the stuffing for the plushies came in like a, what is this called? Anyway, more yarn. What is this called? When you like suck the air out of the bags. Anyway. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. Alright, so there's a crochet hook in here, and also a yarn needle, but the yarn needle has like a rounded edge, not like a sharp point. Does that come off? Never seen a yarn needle like that. Alright, so I'm gonna open this bag. Here's the hook. It's a 3.5mm hook. Like I said, the felt, they're adhesive on the back side, it looks like. These are the patterns, front to back. This one is just like all the different stitches and like notes on how to do those stitches. Okay. Lots of different colors in here. So yeah, see the yarn needle? So all of the different colors of yarn that came in here came labeled with the color of the yarn and which plushie it is for. The pattern looks good at first glance. It seems pretty much like what all of the other patterns look like. Little did I know. I don't see any stitches that I've never worked with before. Oh, nope, spoke too soon. popcorn stitch, spike stitch. I have done popcorn stitch before, but I've never seen it on any other pattern. And also spike stitch, I've never heard of before. I'm definitely gonna have to look these up. Let's cross that bridge when we get there, and I'm just gonna start crocheting because the beginning part looks pretty self-explanatory. It's more of the magic ring and the increases and all that. So let's start with that. I'm actually gonna wind some of these, just like a little bit of the bigger ones, into yarn cakes, because that'll be just easier to work with as I'm crocheting. So I'm at the point where I'm done with the increases, and now I just single crochet for a few rows to make more of like a ball shape for the head. But it's tiny. This thing is gonna be so small. My tension is a bit on the tighter side, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but the yarn is actually really thin. Thinner than like normal like worsted weight yarn that I would typically work with when I do worsted weight yarn. Like, I'm using 3.5 millimeters, but I can still see like little holes between stitches. Like, I could probably use a smaller hook with this yarn, but then it might be too small that these like eyes and nose might not fit if I make it too small. So I'm just gonna keep going and see what happens. But yeah, right now it's looking really small. So soft. Oh, you have to like really separate it. Oh my gosh, so soft, super soft. I don't know, I feel like the head is gonna be a little too small for the felt eyes and nose that came with it. Like I said, my tension tends to be a little bit on the tighter side. I think that's probably good. So I only have a couple of rounds left for the head. I just have to do a couple more rounds of decreases and then sew the hole shut and then move on to the body. So yeah, this is how big the head is. All right, so I'm about to sew the hole shut at the bottom of the head. I'm gonna try using the yarn needle that came with the kit, but I have a feeling I might just end up finishing it up with my own anyway. But I'm gonna try it. Oh, that actually wasn't too bad. It feels really flimsy. Like it feels like I could break it without really trying very hard. And it's very slippery, so like when I'm pulling on the yarn, I have to make sure I have a really good grip where the yarn is threaded into the needle, because it keeps like slipping off. This part might be easier if I just used my own needle, because I use the metal ones that has like a pointier tip, but it's okay. So not horrible, but I think I'm gonna use my own yarn needle from now on, just easier. So there's the head. So these are the felt eyes. How does it? Goes just above the color change. So that goes in the middle there. Looking at the picture on the box. So something like that. Right, so I just finished the body, and it has a long tail, so I can sew it onto the head. And I am going to go to bed because I can't keep my eyes open right now. And then I'm driving tomorrow quite a bit to visit my family for a few days, so these are gonna sit here for a bit, and I'll be back in 5 days. I don't know. I'm back home. It's Monday, so I have, oh gosh, maybe about half an hour before I have to go pick up my daughter from preschool, so I'm gonna try to pick up where I left off on the Stitch crochet kit, and crochet for a little bit till I have to leave. So before I left, I got the head and the body done, as well as arms and legs that get sewn onto the body. I'm at the part where I have to do nails on the feet, on the legs, which I kind of got stuck. I tried to do it before I left home last week, but I got stuck because I think there's a typo on the pattern. They use an abbreviation for a stitch, and it's SSLST. But I think it's a typo, and it's supposed to be SLST, which is a slip stitch. I don't know, it's confusing because the stitch right before that is a slip stitch, and they use the correct abbreviation. So I don't know, but I think it's a typo. I'm just gonna go with it with a slip stitch and see what happens. That doesn't look like the picture. What in the world? Okay, so it says to fasten off. I'm gonna fasten off there and show you what it looks like. What is that? That's not, okay. So, I don't know if it's focusing on screen or not, but like, you can maybe at least see the shape. So like, that's the bottom of the foot. That's what that looks like from the front. So this is the picture I don't think that looks anything like that. Well, I think I'm gonna skip these nails for now. Come back to it at the end. All right, what's next? Ears. What? Beginning from the top of left ear with royal blue. Using a scrap yarn to make end of every rounds ahead. What are you talking about? Okay, first of all, no, that's black. This is the yarn that is labeled royal blue, and this is berry blue. This is what I've been using for Stitch, like his head body, like the main part of his head and body. But it wants me to use this for the ears, but the ears are the same color as the head. It does want me to change to this, but that just doesn't, what is happening? Beginning from the top of left ear with royal blue, form an adjustable ring, work 6 single crochet in center of the ring. What is an adjustable ring? Because it doesn't say magic ring. Everywhere else it says magic ring, so that's gotta be different from a magic ring. Work 6 single crochet in center of the ring, do not join, working in round, using a scrap of yarn to make end of every rounds ahead. The fudge! Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want to finish it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want to finish it. Okay, so I had made the executive decision to quit on Stitch on this crochet kit. I did keep crocheting, so I got started on one of the ears. Oh, so like in the picture on the box, you can see like the blue, kind of like the outline on the front of the ear, and then the back of the ear is just blue, right? But as I'm working on it, it was doing okay, but then it started doing this thing where it kind of like, I don't know what you call it, but it kind of like turns. The stitches like turn, and then so did the pink or purple, whatever this color is. And so I don't want to deal with it anymore. I'm not having fun crocheting, and I don't do that. I don't crochet to make myself miserable, so I decided to stop. This pattern, it's like it's written by 2 or 3 different people, because it uses completely different like format. Like on this part, it's like it says do a single crochet and then there's increases, but then like when I was doing the ear, I noticed it doesn't use increases. Instead, it's like do 2 single crochets in the next stitch. And so there's like definitely inconsistencies in the way they wrote the pattern. So I feel like more than one person wrote this pattern, and it clearly didn't go through like a tech editor. Basically, I hate this pattern. I'm sorry, I don't like it. So I had made the decision to just scrap it all and not do it. But of course, the 5-year-old queen we are raising at our house really wanted Scrump. That's this little stuffy of Lilo's. So I said, listen, I will give it a try. That looks a little more straightforward anyway, because it's just a round head, round body, you know, whatever. So I'm not making any promises, but I will give it a try. So I did get started on Scrump. I finished the head. Almost gave up on this too, because as I was going down the increasing rounds, it was doing this thing, you know, when you have too many increases, it starts to kind of like warp around and do like a wavy thing. It was doing that like really badly. So I was like, I'm about to lose my... So I was gonna stop, but then I know that sometimes like as you finish it up and you like stuff it full, it can kind of fix that. So I just kept going and it did kind of fix it. You can still kind of see it's a little wavy, so I probably could have stuffed it a little more, but you know, I'm at this point. So I'm gonna move on to the body. So Stitch is not happening. But I'm gonna try and keep going with Scrump and see what happens. Okay, so I did it. I finished Scrump. So there it is. Oh wait, you know what? I didn't put her belly button on. So I skipped the red scarf that she's wearing here because it didn't come with the red yarn in the kit. So I used red yarn that I had for the little details on her mouth. But I just decided to skip the scarf and put the belly button on. And there she is. So this, there's the belly button. So this involved like a lot of sewing, which I normally don't do because I don't like sewing. So yeah, but I think it was worth the effort. I think it does look super cute. There were still inconsistencies in the pattern for Scrump. I just kind of like improv'd where needed, just to like get it finished. I wouldn't sell these at markets, just because I try to stay away from any like trademark infringement or like copyright things and whatnot, so I'm not gonna sell them. But yeah, I hope she likes this because this tiny little thing took a ton of work. But yeah, I'm sorry I am quitting on Stitch, but like I said, I do crocheting for fun, so if the project isn't fun, I'm not gonna make myself suffer through it. I don't think I will be doing any crochet kits anytime soon. I didn't like this one. So final thoughts on this crochet kit. I think just in general, I'm gonna stay away from doing crochet kits because this is now the second kit that I've had a little bit of experience with, and not a big fan of either. So yeah, no more. So I'm gonna go give this to my daughter. Thanks for watching. I have my first market coming up in a couple of weeks, so I think next week I'm gonna go through my market inventory and show you in detail everything that I'm taking, all the different types of plushies I'm taking, what sold well for me last year, and hopefully they'll do well again this year. But I do like to take new products every once in a while, so that if I get repeat customers, like if people see me at a market that have seen me before at another market, they don't always just see the same things over and over again. So I do have a few new items that I've never taken to a market before, so yeah, I'll show you all of that next week. So thanks for watching. Bye.